Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Late Night Chat. Hosted by Zach Miller, who's totally doing his own intro right now. With special guest, UFC fighter Neil Magny. And musical guest, Jordan Feliz.
Welcome to the show. I am so excited you're here. I'm Zach, as mentioned in the title and logo, and I could not be more thrilled and thankful that you're watching this. I'm also thankful to all of the other late night talk shows that have recently started filming from their cell phones and looking like garbage, which gives me the excuse to start right here in this room. So thanks to that too. We have a great show for you tonight. I'm so excited. We have Jordan Feliz. We have Neil Magny, UFC fighter. He's coming up with a new fight this week. We have the one, the only Tony Kohler, my dear friend. Tony, how are you?
Yep. Oh, I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
I'm so excited you're here.
Dude. Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here, man.
The honor is all mine. I thought of you for this at first because you're my first choice for hosting the show with me, because one of our first conversations we had was talking about the future and, you know, our dream jobs. And you said yours was the co-host of a late night talk show. And I hadn't told you that mine was being on a late night talk show. And you said, yeah, I just would want to be on a show like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. Do you remember that?
Yeah. No, that's still a dream of mine, because all you have to do is sit there and be funny. You don't add any actual content to the show, but if you're funny, it's a plus.
Yeah, right. Also, any liability of funniness you don't have.
Yeah, if the show sucks, it's all you.
It's all my fault.
It's all on you. But anytime,
but if it's good, it can be
good.
It can be to your credit.
Yeah, anytime it's good, it's because of me.
Perfect. Well, I'm so excited. So yeah, thanks for being here. I know this is a busy time for you. You know, even though we're on quarantine, you've got a little baby on the way.
Yeah, dude, literally, we're doing like 3 weeks. So we're super excited.
So if you're gone in 3 weeks, that's why.
Yeah, well, we'll just be doing this from the hospital.
If you're on paternity,
Yeah.
paternity leave or filming from the hospital, either one.
Yeah, I might have to take a break from filming, like in the middle of the filming, to catch a baby coming out. So.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Well, as we go along tonight, I want the viewers to feel free to film their own reactions to things, play games with us. We're going to play some trivia type games. I'm going to do a push-up contest with the UFC fighter. I'm going to make some coffee with Jordan Feliz. And so if you want to do any of those things with us, you can film yourselves and then send it to me at latenightchat@gmail.com. That's how official we are. We have a Gmail account.
So official.
So pro. Don't even have a website.
But we have a Gmail.
Feel free to email us any clips or videos of your playing along with us. And now it's time for our first interview of the night. Please welcome Neil Magny.
Perfect.
Neil Magny, what's going on? How are you?
Not much. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited that you're here on the show. I'm looking forward to the fight next Saturday. It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, I can't wait.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, training went really well. It's been a short training camp, so no time to get injured. So I feel great.
Nice. So over the quarantine, you've been training. Has that made training easier or more difficult being stuck at home?
No, it actually made it a lot easier. So because of quarantine, we weren't able to train like these large groups that we're normally training in. So it had been like really, really isolated. So we're doing like small groups, 3 to 4 people, and doing that kind of setup for training. But I feel like it's been great. I mean, we're going to get one-on-one attention from all of our coaches, and it's been pretty hands-on from all the coaches. So it actually worked out really, really well during quarantine.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, it seems like for that, with having more focused time might help. So that's awesome. So the upcoming fight this Saturday, can you tell me a little bit about that? What who you're fighting, and then what happens if you win this fight?
Yeah, so I'll be taking on a guy named Tony Martin. He's from American Top Team down in Florida. This fight's going to take place in Las Vegas on Saturday, June 6th. And it's going to take place on ESPN and pay-per-view. So the cool thing about this fight is it's one of those like the fights that moves you towards the rankings. So after winning this fight on Saturday, it puts me right back in the top 15 in the world. in order to move forward and challenge other guys who are ranked top 10, top 15 in the world as well.
Nice. That's so exciting.
Yeah, very.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, as a Christian, how do you bring in your faith into your career and into your fighting? How do you represent God? That makes sense.
No, I mean, the cool thing is like I get to represent God and represent my faith in every single thing that I do, whether it's the interviews leading up to the fight, to how I carry myself in the fight itself, even though it could be such a brutal sport. The way that you choose to carry yourself in the sport alone can actually give representation of that as well. It's a sport that where two men are out there competing against one another for a prize at the end of the day. But that it doesn't have to be anything more than that. I can still exhibit who I am in there competing against another individual. And that part is really cool. But the other aspect of it is being a fighter, I'm allowed to travel the world in order to compete. And I feel like every single country that I've been able to visit, every single city I've been able to visit as part of the UFC or MMA, I've been able to come in contact with such great people and show them love and show them like just grace for who they are and let them know that they're loved by people. Like I can remember 5 years ago now, fighting in the Philippines, where you're walking around and there are literally women sleeping in the street with infants and toddlers at their feet. So being able to provide those people with food and comfort and things like that that they need in their worst moment, it feels like it's a blessing. You have to be where you need to be at that moment in order to be there for that individual.
That's huge. Yeah, that can make such a difference. That's awesome. I love that. Well, I will be watching this Saturday, rooting the best for you. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I was hoping before we end this call, we could maybe do a push-up contest. I have been carb loading today. I've had like 3 bowls of Lucky Charms, a bunch of Olive Garden pasta, so I feel pretty ready.
That's awesome.
Do you think you'd be up for that?
Sure. Let's do it. See what happens.
Okay, cool. Here, let me position my cameras here. I'll pick this up. What's your push-up record?
To be honest with you, I haven't done push-ups in so long. Back when I was in the Army, I had to do push-ups like for your part of your physical fitness test. So in like 2 minutes, I was able to knock out like 100 push-ups. But that was a long time ago.
So you're saying I have a chance? All right, how many push-ups do you think you can do?
I don't know how we should do this. Should we just have you do it and then see what the number to beat would be?
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, ready?
All right, go for it.
Okay, so I'm locking in a number, then you lock in a number?
Go. You'll set the standard and see what I need
to cool.
go for.
1.
Then you've been training for this. Isn't that your first time?
I haven't done any push-ups today. What's that?
12.
13. 14.
You even have a counter. Cheater.
15, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on. I need those pasta calories to kick in.
Dude, actually doing
That's all I got. What is that?
24.
24. Okay.
Oh, thank God you stopped, dude. I was just getting worried for a second there.
All right, 24.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, thanks. Put me on the spot a little bit.
Okay. You can kind of see me. All right, 24 is number to beat. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I'm jumping in at 24 with you.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, let's stop. No, don't do more.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
Love my odds for that. Whew. Oh my gosh. Well, good game. First win of the week. You got him next Saturday.
Oh, absolutely. I feel so ready. I mean, it's been a great opportunity to train leading up to this fight, and it's a great opportunity for myself, my family as well, going out there to compete. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
That's awesome. All right. Well, tune in this Saturday to watch the fight.
Little guy needs diapers, so I mean, I can't let him down. He goes through a lot of diapers now.
Even more guests. I love it. Oh, so cute. Thanks for joining in the call. Appreciate your time.
No problem, dude.
We're rooting for you.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You're awesome, man. Thanks for calling.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too. All right. Next up, we are going to play a game of Guess the Bible Story Emojis.
Yeah.
Tony, do you have your Bible story ready?
Dude, I do. I have it. I made it just a couple of minutes ago.
It's nice and fresh.
Yeah, I mean, emojis are not my game, but boy, am I ready to give it my best shot.
I'm going to text you yours right now. All right, so you're going to guess first. Are you ready?
All right, cool.
Okay, I'll put it on the screen below too so the audience can see.
Sweet. All right. So it looks like we have a guy with a halo, a smiley face with a halo.
That's correct.
A man, Caucasian man that looks real good. Maybe a tongue, a scroll, and maybe a jar. Maybe it's a. Maybe.
Am I allowed to tell you what the emojis are, or should you just guess?
Yeah, you can tell me.
We make up the rules. Okay, I'll tell you. It's the last one is honey. I think
it's honey.
Yes.
Okay. So.
It's tough. This is not easy.
Angel.
Tony is a YWAMer, so I gave him a little bit of a tricky one.
Oh yeah.
He's on staff, so he knows his Bible.
It's from the Bible. Is it by chance? Is it the Bible verse? Taste and see that the Lord is good.
Where is that found?
I don't know.
It could be close to that. I don't know where the reference for that scripture, but it's the story of Ezekiel eating God's word, and God fed it to him, and he put it in his mouth and gave the scroll to him to eat, and it tasted like honey. And that's from Ezekiel 3.
Okay, so that's not what I was saying. I was wrong, but based off of that is
0 points.
A different story. Oh man, you were so vague. Man, I've got so much more detail in mind.
Oh, do you?
You're gonna be so impressed. People are gonna be impressed at how much they like me.
Oh, what do we have here? Old man, young man, middle-aged man, bag of money. Okay, I think I know the story. I don't know the reference for the can of tomato soup.
Oh, is that can of tomato soup? Oh, well,
yeah.
Fine. That's not what I...
What was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be something else, but can of tomato soup works just as good.
Okay, my guess, and then we've got the pig, which makes me think, is it the prodigal son?
Dude, it totally is.
Yeah!
I totally thought
mine was very abstract. So
it was. I put way more detail. The bag of money and the old man and the pig gave it away.
The pig was good. It was either that or the demons and the pig. And we cast into the pig. He cast the tomato soup into the pigs. You remember that story?
It was supposed to be an adult beverage, because I would assume that's what the son did when he lived in debauchery.
Yes, he wasted it all
on canned tomato soup.
Yeah, what a waste.
On Campbell's tomato soup is what he wasted living on.
My girlfriend is going to send us one last story, one last emojis. I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
It looks like it's an island and a fish, one fish, and then the eating emoji with.
Oh, I know this one. It's super easy.
Really?
Yeah. The money sign at the very end gives it away. They found it's the story where they found the copper coin.
I almost did that one.
Yeah, that's got to be it, right?
Because I bet it is, because it's
they
in
went
the mouth
fishing
of the fish, of the one fish.
Mouth, coin, money bags.
Okay, so we're tied. I got the prodigal son. You got the fish and the coins, assuming that's right. And then, okay, she has a tiebreaker. I think it's off the top of my head. We have man, tree, no.
No fruit,
no.
maybe. No piece of, maybe it's a mango.
Yeah, I think it's is it too obvious that it's Genesis 3?
That's what I'm thinking of. But so
The great fall of man.
well, but the thing that's confusing me is the next. So, and then is that
What's
wind?
the plate? Eternally hungry.
Wind,
Forever.
and then
Eating forever.
no eating, sideways 8. That's eternity, right? That's infinite, infinity.
Infinity. People get little tattoos of that.
Infinitely hungry.
Yeah.
No fruit. Is that wind? Is wind that next thing? Is that leaves?
It looks like leaves, which makes me think also Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in with me on Garden of Eden?
Well, part of me thinks that I'm trying to think. There should be a woman in this picture. If
Oh, you're right. Well, I already guessed Garden of Eden, so I guess you have a chance.
I feel like I've got to double down and guess something different for a chance to win instead of just tie you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to guess that this is the story where it's either Elijah or Elisha goes very faint and can't find any food, and the widow ends up giving him the last of her yeast to make bread.
Okay, the answer is Jesus was hungry, seeing the distance and a fig tree.
He cursed it.
It's the fig tree. Nothing but leaves. No more. And it makes no more food.
Okay.
I see it. Jesus went to the tree, no fruit or leaf. I don't know what the leaves are. And he cursed it, and then it was eternally no more food.
Yeah, that is way more clear than either of the guesses we gave. Next time, I know I have a little bit more strategy in winning this game. You either have to you can't give too much detail, otherwise you're going to win. But
I think we tied it up. So next time we'll have to break the tie.
Break the tie.
Thanks for playing, Tony.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Good game. Good tie.
I'm going to study up on my Bible. I'm going to get the emoji Bible just so I can win.
Get the emoji Bible. Game. We should read the Hawaiian Pigeon Bible sometime too.
I will look up what that is, and I will laugh in that joke with you in a little bit.
Next week. Cool. All right. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for all.
All right. See you, man.
And now it's time for our musical guest and coffee expert, Jordan Feliz.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, dude, just, over here just living the dream.
Oh, my gosh. So where are you calling from today?
My kitchen.
Your kitchen? Nice. It's a nice kitchen.
Thanks, bro. Just, I got everything ready for coffee. I'm pretty serious about this stuff, man.
So. Oh, yeah, man. I got mine ready, too. I got my water boiling on my floor over here.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Little spout.
Let's go.
So can I ask you, what have you been doing? Have you developed any new hobbies over the quarantine?
Oh, dude. Yeah, actually we have, man. So we have started like kayaking, like almost every day, actually. It's kind of crazy.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. So we live about, I don't know, maybe about 300 yards from a kayak drop off of the Harpeth River.
Uh-huh.
So we've been going like almost every day, like we've been going with friends, and we've been going with our kids, and it's been awesome, dude. It's been so fun.
Oh my gosh. That is totally not what I was expecting. That's crazy. That's so fun.
Yeah. It's been super, super cool. I'm from California, so like we used to do a bunch of stuff that like kept us super active, but in Tennessee it's hard because there's no snow, there's no ocean, there's no, like it's just we have a couple lakes, but like I feel really spoiled because the lakes in California are like vastly better than the lakes in Nashville. There is one that's a nicer lake. It's about an hour and a half away, but I lived like 15 minutes from like a really beautiful lake growing up. So it's been kind of hard to find those things, but we've been kayaking. It's been amazing, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. I can't believe it took us, 7 years or whatever we've lived here to start doing it.
So it just took one global lockdown to get you on.
There it is. That was it. That's all it took.
That's all it took. 2 months at home. All right.
Yeah.
So you released the music video for Glorify earlier in May. Can you tell me a little bit about this song?
Yeah, dude.
What inspired this song for you?
Okay, so this is gonna be my third record that I'm gonna release in hopefully January of next year.
Nice.
So we kind of started working on this record in a season where I was kind of walking out of a bunch of stuff, just personally just dealing with a lot of like anxiety and stress and all this stuff. And I felt like I was a little bit, I was just confused. I didn't really know what to write about, and I know that sounds so strange, but I felt like I was like, man, I don't really know what to say. You know what I mean? And I knew that there was a lot that I had felt so blessed because I felt like the Lord really just pulled me out of so many things. And it was one of those moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. Like, we're like doing all this stuff. You also might hear my kids because we are literally in my kitchen.
You're in the kitchen.
But
part of the fun.
But yeah, so we we just I started realizing, man, that like the Lord had kind of just like given me this gift of kind of feeling led to say everything that he had kind of put me through or pulled me through it, really like guided me through, I guess you could say. And so I had kind of been in this season of like, what do I do? What do I say? What's next? And the word glorify kind of came up in a songwriting session. And the word actually, the actual definition of glorify is praise and worship. And so I was like, oh man, this is so great. But then it got even better because the subcontext of glorify is actually to acknowledge the splendor and majesty of God through one's actions. And so I was like, oh, dude, like this is like exactly what I want my life to represent. It's exactly what I feel like I just desperately want. I just wanted everything that I said on this record to kind of mean praise and worship. I wanted it to mean pointing people to him, that it's not about me. None of this is about me or singing or my songs or anything. It's all about just bringing glory to God. And so that song kind of just came out of that season, out of a conversation with my producer and a songwriter who's one of my best buds. And it was kind of one of those things where it was like, okay, we know exactly what we're going to say here. And so it's been a big one for me. I'm really excited. It's been encouraging to see all the people that have connected with it already.
Yeah, totally. I love it. I listen to it. It's like on autoplay in my car. So I turn on the car, it's going.
Dude, thank you, bro. That's amazing.
I love it, man. So is that the title of the record when it comes out? Glorify?
No, it's not the title of the record. Yeah.
Do you know the title of the record yet?
Well, yes. So unofficially, it's gonna be titled "Say It." Actually. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
I'm pumped, man. I'm so pumped.
All right. So can we talk for a second about the charity you've chosen today? And I have links down to that in the video description for the charity that Jordan chose. Yeah.
Compassion, man. Compassion is man, they've been such an incredible like partner with us,
Yeah.
From the moment I started touring, and right now we're seeing such a shift in people's lives here, which is translating to a lot of children around the world. And so right now, I think more than ever, we're just really trying to boost up people in the heart of being the church and coming together and providing for these families and these children that don't have, you know, they don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have schooling, you know, and so it's a huge part of, you know, what I feel like is really a calling on my life to be the church, to actually be the church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I love it. And if you want to donate, links, videos, description below, and that link is to the to like the COVID-19 relief page for where they really need the extra help. So
yes,
it's a great place to go. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for some coffee?
Dude, oh my goodness, am I ready? Like, I'm so
all right. This is a new segment called Coffee with Jordan and Zach. Very, very descriptive. All right. I'm warming up my water now, but we can get this going.
Yes.
I got my filter here.
Yes, you do.
All right.
There it is.
Here we go. Now, I have not done this in, I think, like 2.5 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I'm going to need a little refresher.
Okay. All right. So, okay, the first thing that I do is, you want to, I don't know if you have one of these.
Yes.
You get out your scale. So I don't know why, but like this, so everything that I've learned with coffee is, so coffee to water ratio, majority of the time is 16:1. So for every gram of coffee that you are grinding, you are doing 16 times that in water. So, so basically, like what I like to do is coffee.
Right.
And so I'll do basically here. I'll pull it down right here. I will do essentially 42 grams, which is my sweet spot, especially with the specific roast, which is from one of my favorite roasters here in Franklin. They're called Honest. Shout out. Also, shout out to The Well. They're amazing as well.
Nice. This week's sponsor.
Oh, yeah. So you got the coffee. Oh, yeah. So the other thing that I've learned, and I'll bring this right here, so is grind settings. I know that sounds crazy, but that has made a huge difference. So like basically this little thing right here largles over and it'll go
right.
And basically the larger the number, the larger the grain, or the larger the grind. And then my sweet spot is right between 18 and 19. So it's basically 18 and a half.
Yeah, I think this is like 16-ish. I got here.
Oh, you've already got it, grind. See,
I got it ground.
You know what's up, bro. You know what's up. So I'm gonna grind it. It's gonna be loud for a second. I'm so sorry.
All right, we're ready.
I feel like I'm on a cooking channel. This is awesome.
Oh yeah. It's a free lesson.
Oh yeah.
For all the viewers.
Okay. So first thing, don't do that.
Oh.
So fold it back up actually the way that it was brought to you.
All right.
This is the way that I've learned heavily. Okay, here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the thin end.
Oh yeah.
And you're gonna do the trifold end right here. That trifold end is actually going to go right here on your spout end right here.
Okay, so like this.
So the thick side will go with the spout.
Thick side and spout. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So
Boom. Oh yeah. Art.
So then we're going to do the most coffee snout thing of all time.
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready, but you're going to actually rinse the paper.
Right.
You're going to basically get the paper wet.
Okay. Okay.
And so once that water drains into the bottom of your Chemex, what I like to do is I like to just basically open the top of my kettle back open and I put the water back in. just to conserve water. Try to eliminate some waste.
It's good for the planet, saving water.
You know, saving the whales. Here we go.
The whales, they need it, man. Oh, there. Okay. Boom.
So next, we're gonna have to check what your water temp is. Now, I see you have a Bonavita, correct?
I think so. This is all my brother's stuff.
Okay. Do you have a temp gauge on it or no?
I don't see one. No.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think I do.
okay. That's okay. So that's where this gets crazy. So basically, for this specific bean, I go at 205 degrees. Now it's crazy because I know this sounds insane.
That sounds pretty hot, yeah.
I know. So what's crazy is, depending on which bean you're doing and depending on temperature as well, some people will go down to like 198. Some people go 202 or 204 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, 205 for some reason is what I think.
That's the money.
I can taste it the best there.
Okay.
But you can adjust it, and what's crazy is, you can taste different notes. This is where you get really
notes. That's the snobby word. There you go.
You can taste different notes at different temperatures. So for this one, there's like peach and lychee and some other stuff. And so when I brew it at 205, it tastes more like peaches to me. So crazy.
That sounds so good.
Crazy. So I'm gonna dump my coffee in.
Okay. I'm just doing a couple scoops because I don't have a scale.
Oh, there you go.
The old-fashioned way.
I like it.
Okay, now this is where like the science meets the art, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So I know that you don't have a scale, but basically what we would do is I zero out my scale now. So you tear your scale, and then yes, this is where the art of it comes in. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna start your first pour, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna actually start a timer the moment that I start dumping water.
Okay.
And so basically you're gonna pour just to get the grounds wet. Not to do anything other than that. And it's called the bloom. So basically, so I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna hit my timer right now.
Okay.
And for me, I don't know. I think you're probably at about, I don't know, maybe 20 some grams of coffee. For me, I have 42. So I did about 80 grams of water to bloom it. And I'm gonna let it bloom for about 45 seconds.
Okay.
Because basically what's happening right now is you're actually releasing all the bad oils from the coffee. That's what's happening right now.
Okay.
So like you'll actually see there should be some bubbles on top of your coffee.
Bubbly.
Yeah, and they look colorful. They're kind of oily looking.
Right.
And so that is all the oil that you're actually getting rid of right now. It's going to aerate and it's going to go away. And
Let's film what mine looks like.
there you go.
Add it in. Yeah. Those are those bad oils right there, kids.
There they are.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now we're at a minute. So I'm going to start my first pour, and I'm going to go all the way to 350 grams on my scale right now. So what I would do is I would fill it up to about halfway up the top of your Chemex, basically. And
is there a certain spot you're going to pour it in, or do you just keep pouring it in?
Basically what you want to do is what I like to do is I like to start in the middle and do a circular motion counterclockwise all the way out to the very edge of the coffee. And
I was going clockwise. Is that going to be a problem?
Nope.
Okay, good.
It depends on where you feel like you have the most control, really. I know that sounds so silly, but like if you're dumping too heavy, sometimes it'll over extract the bean. I mean, this is so nerdy, bro. It's so nerdy.
No, it's not.
But you end
It's
up making
hard.
a really good cup of coffee, which is great. And it's like one of those things where it's become more of like a hobby, for me.
Uh-huh.
And it's just kind of fun. And I have a lot of friends that love doing it too. So
Yeah.
and when we're on tour, dude, like we're making coffee almost all day.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how late do you drink coffee? Like
I mean,
nonstop?
sometimes even up to like 7 or 8 p.m. Depending on how late we're playing. Some nights
Right.
on some of the headlining tours, like there are certain nights I'd go on at like 9, which is like my normal bedtime at home because I have 2 kids. So it's almost
Your
as
home
great.
bedtime and your tour bedtime are like barely overlap.
So I'm gonna start my second pour now because the water is actually subsiding. So I'm at the very top of, basically, the water met the very top of the grounds.
Okay.
So basically when it gets low, you kind of don't necessarily want it to run out of water. You want it to kind of be a consistent thing.
Yeah. It's looking good though.
So my first pour, I usually end at 350. And then my second pour, I end at 550. And then basically where I'm going to end up is I'm going to end up at 670 on my scale. That's going to be how many grams of water that I've used to 40 grams of water. Now with you've probably done about 500 grams of water. You're probably good, depending on how much coffee. How many scoops did you do?
I did about like 3 of these.
Yeah, I would say you're probably good now.
All right, sweet.
You probably don't need to add any more water, which is clutch.
We'll just let that. Ooh, look at that. Look at it go.
There it is. Let's go.
Boom. Cheers.
Boom.
I really hope people follow along at home.
I know they're gonna be
I really hope they're pausing and like measuring out like each of these steps.
Oh my gosh, dude, literally. They're gonna
It takes them like an hour. Get
Dude.
everything prepared. Yeah.
And if they're like me, dude, it's gonna be like so terrible because the first time I watched somebody do this, anytime, I don't know if you're like this, but anytime I like get really into something, I like go in. Like all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I gotta get the coolest like scale that's got all the attachments on it, get the grinder. And it's just so funny. And I don't really start until I can get everything, because I want to be able to like execute well, that's like the achiever.
Got to do it right. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you do whipped coffee? Did you make a whipped coffee when that was a trend?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude, I got the worst coffee grounds for that, and I made it one with Folgers coffee.
Oh.
It was the sourest, nastiest thing I've ever drank. It was so gross.
That is sad.
So I need to do it again with like good coffee.
All right, so now I'm gonna go dump this in my garbage can real quick.
Same. All right, here we go. Boom.
So then, what I like to do is I like to just do a little.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is stir.
Yeah. Super bougie.
Super bougie. Super bougie. And then what I'll do is I'll actually let it sit for about a minute. Because for me, like if I'm drinking it too hot, sometimes it's so funny, but you'll miss some stuff. Like it won't taste.
Yeah, if it's burning your mouth, you're not going to get all the peachiness,
Yeah, the peachiness, the goodness. You know what I mean? All the stuff that you want. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab a mug.
All right, while we're waiting for our coffee to brew, I'm going to play a clip of your new song, Glorify. Here we go.
Let's go.
Woo!
You gave a heavenly breath and now it's air in our chest. That's why we're singing it back to you. For every battle you've won, for everything that you've done, and everything that you're gonna do. Seen too much to ever doubt it. Feels so good I wanna shout it. Yeah, when I really think about it, all I wanna do
we're back.
Yes.
Here we go. Ready? Do you think it's ready?
Yeah, I'm just dumped it in.
Dude.
I let it sit for about 20 or 30
I'm hyped.
seconds, and then I'm gonna take my first little sip.
And this kind of coffee, this is good for your voice, right? Before you sing?
No.
Incorrect.
Yeah, so actually, caffeine is like one of the worst things for your vocal cords.
Oh.
Yep. So I tried.
I knew dairy was bad.
Yep.
I knew that.
So dairy and caffeine, they do two different things to you, but caffeine is not a good thing for your voice. Now, I still drink a lot of caffeine. It doesn't necessarily affect me as much as I feel like some people. Hey, click.
Cheers. Digital cheers. Let's try this. That is so much more flavorful than just like brewing coffee.
Bro, it really is.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on the call, man.
Bro,
This has
thank
been
you
so
for
much
having
fun.
me, man. Serious, it's been so much fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Totally. When your album comes out,
Yep.
open invitation to come on back, and maybe we can even be in person, you know? Quarantine's
Dude.
over. I can taste some
Sweet.
of your delicious coffee, you know?
Let's go. I'll make you coffee
Let's
at
do
home. We'll do an interview in-house. Let's go.
Perfect. All right. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, bro.
Have a great rest of your day.
Hey, dude, you too.
And that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching our pilot episode. I'm so excited. I want this show to keep going for a long time, keep spreading love, encouraging each other. I am so excited to see where this goes, and I hope you subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye. Thanks to all the people that made this happen. Check them out. Feel free to donate to the charities below. Check out anything I link to because it's all good stuff. And feel free to subscribe, ring that bell, because every time that bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And, you know, who wants a bunch of wingless angels walking around? That would just be weird.